and welcome to another great lesson here at English Pod. My name is Marco.
My name is Catherine, and today we've got an upper intermediate level lesson for you all.
That's right. We're going to talk a little bit about business, and specifically we are in a business meeting where we're trying to sell something to someone.
That's right. So you're going to hear a lot of talk about chocolate, or in this case, gourmet bonbons.
Gourmet bonbons.
Bonbons is another word for chocolate candies or candies.
Okay, so a bonbon is kind of like round usually, right?
Usually, yes.
Okay.
All right, so let's get started and listen to today's dialogue. We'll be back in a moment.
I'm glad you could find time to meet with me, Mr. Johnson. I can't think of a nicer environment for our meeting today. The ambience here is lovely.
No problem. If possible, I always combine business with pleasure. Now let's hear more about these chocolates you're offering.
Well, as you know, I have recently become the sole distributor for Granger's Gourmet Bonbons here in the United States. They're a new manufacturer and are looking to break into the luxury market. Naturally, your restaurant sprang into my mind immediately. I think your brand exemplifies many of the same traits as Granger's, and serving these chocolates would really add to your reputation for providing elegant, luxurious, first-class dining.
Sounds interesting. Gourmet chocolates. Where are they produced? Belgium?
Actually, the factory is located in Scotland.
Really? I didn't think they were known for their luxury chocolate production.
That's what makes this such a fantastic opportunity. The government is 100% supportive of creating new export markets and has guaranteed a low tariff for all wholesale orders of over 1,000 units. They've also reduced the red tape involved at customs as well. Here, I brought these especially for you. Try one.
Oh, thanks. Creamy texture. Very smooth.
Unique, aren't they? I bet you've never tasted anything like it. Quality is assured as I personally visit the factory to make sure no one's cutting corners with the ingredients. Only the crème de la crème make it through inspection.
Yes, very interesting flavors. Slightly spicy. Very unique, that's for sure. Exactly what are the ingredients?
I have it on highest authority that this traditional secret recipe has been handed down in the Granger family for generations. I'm sure you can keep a secret. Buttermilk, cacao beans, sugar, and haggis.
Haggis. What's haggis?
It's a traditional Scottish delicacy. You take sheep's liver, heart, and lung and stuff it inside the sheep's stomach.
I'll get back to you.
Mr. Johnson? Mr. Johnson! All right, we're back. So a lot of interesting vocab there. The guy was trying to convince him about these chocolates, but it turned out to be something a little bit strange, and we'll talk about that in a little while. Before we get into that, why don't we take a look at 7 key words that we have prepared for you today on Language Takeaway.
Language takeaway.
Okay, so we've divided language takeaway into 2 parts today. The first part is all about business and manufacturing. So what's our first word, Marco?
All right, so the guy talked about being the sole distributor for this company called Granger's Gourmet Bonbons.
Okay, a distributor. Okay, this is a person or a company, and the distributor is someone who distributes or sells a product, right?
Right, so the factory will make them. He will get all these goods from the factory, and then he will be the one that gives it to the different retail stores. So he can have many clients, and he is the main person who you get it from. So obviously they don't get it directly from the factory.
Okay, so this person, a distributor or a company, is in the middle of the transaction. On one side there is the manufacturer, and on the other side there is the retail market or stores.
Exactly. And as you said, that's our second key word today, manufacturer.
Okay, manufacturer, again, is a person or a company that makes a good. So, for example, a television manufacturer makes TVs. It's like a factory.
Exactly. So they manufacture things. They make them.
All right. So we've got distributors who are moving goods. We have manufacturers who are making them. But what happens when we want to move a good out of a country?
Okay, so that is our third word for today. Usually in customs, we have to pay a tariff for these goods, or a tax.
Okay, so a tariff is a special kind of tax that you pay when you are trying to export or send outside of your country goods that you've made in that country. So, for example, if I make 100 TVs in America, but I want to sell these TVs to someone in Mexico, I have to pay a tariff. I have to pay like $10 to the government.
That's right.
That allows me to send these out of the country.
That's right. So that is a tariff. And now when he was talking about tariffs and how the government is reducing the tariffs in order to motivate business, he talked about also that the government is reducing or cutting the red tape.
Okay, so he says, listen, they've also reduced the red tape involved at customs. So this means that before they were encountering some problems at customs, because customs, you know, there's a lot of paperwork, there's a lot of taxes, there's a lot of information you have to provide. It's a hassle. It's a lot of work.
A lot of paperwork.
Right. So this kind of paperwork, bureaucracy, this is called red tape in English. For example, I would love to get a visa for my foreign husband, but there's a lot of red tape. There's a lot of work that we have to do.
There's a lot of bureaucratic processes that you have to do.
All right. So red tape, this means a lot of paperwork, a lot of work that you have to do.
Okay. So those are our key words that are related to business. Now let's move on to a couple of different adjectives. The first one, when he talked about chocolates, he said elegant. He said that something is elegant.
Okay, elegant. This is a great adjective. You're going to see this on a lot of luxury brand items. Elegance means something is elegant if it is classy, if it looks really good and rich, or you could say that dress is very elegant, that mink coat is very elegant.
Okay.
This is a positive thing.
So something that looks kind of expensive at times as well.
Yeah, that's right. Another word that means looking expensive or elegant is luxurious.
Okay, so luxurious comes from the noun luxury.
That's right. Luxury, luxurious. So we can say that the executive suites at this hotel are very luxurious. They have a jacuzzi, a king-size bed, expensive silk sheets. All right, the best quality materials.
So you can say that elegant and luxurious kind of go hand in hand.
That's right. Although elegant you usually say about someone or their clothing, or even a car, but luxurious is more like
Object.
a place or an object.
Okay, good. And then we have one final word that also describes something that is very rare or very good and rich, a delicacy.
Yeah, actually, this one is a noun. It's a thing. So we can say that this is a Scottish delicacy, or what are the delicacies in your country? So delicacy is something that's special.
Okay.
So, for example, you've told me that in Ecuador there are some interesting food delicacies.
Delicacies?
Little animals.
Yeah, for example, guinea pigs. Well, they're not really a delicacy, although kind of, because guinea pigs are expensive comparatively to chickens, for example. So it is considered to be something that you only eat on special occasions.
Right. And in East Asia, many people consider shark's fin soup to be a delicacy.
Right.
It's a special dish.
So we can say that it's usually about food, and it's rare, something that's rare or special, or also can be very expensive.
That's right, a delicacy.
Okay, so a lot of great, interesting words on language takeaway. Why don't we move on now to Fluency Builder?
Fluency Builder.
This first phrase is actually something I try to do as often as possible, but it's usually very difficult. I combine business with pleasure.
Right, to combine business with pleasure. Now, this is a whole phrase, and this talks about doing business, but at the same time, doing it in a fun way or an interesting way.
Right. So pleasure here means something that is fun or entertainment even. So, for example, going out to dinner with your company is a way to combine business with pleasure. All right. Or meeting a client at a bar is combining business with pleasure. So you're combining things that are fun and things that are work related.
Right, because you can have a business meeting in a boardroom or in a business or in a meeting room, but if you have the same business meeting at a bar where you're talking and laughing but also at the same time talking business, then you're combining business with pleasure.
That's right.
And now for our second phrase, it's more about cheating, right? Somebody that is cheating or maybe not doing things correctly, they are cutting corners.
That's right. So cutting corners is another way to say cheating. For example, I've seen students cutting corners with their studies. You think about cutting corners, it means that you're not going the long way. You're you're cheating by going the shorter way.
You're taking a shortcut.
Taking a shortcut. So, for example, instead of studying for that final test in math, some people write the formulas on their hands.
Right.
This is a way to cut corners. Instead of studying, you actually cheat by putting it on your hand, making it easier.
So to cut corners is to cheat or to try to take the shortcut, but it kind of has a negative connotation, right?
Oh, definitely. So most people will say, don't cut corners. In the end, it's not worth it.
Right. And for our final phrase, we have one that it's in French.
So this one is in French, but it's also a very common English phrase. That's why we're going to teach it to you. The crème de la crème.
Okay. So literally in translated from French, that means the cream of the cream.
Right. But in English, we would say that it's the best of the best.
The best of the best.
The very top.
So that's what this phrase means. The best of the best. The very top. The most excellent.
So you could say, Harvard University attracts the crème de la crème of American high school students.
Okay, so the very best of American high school students. All right, so that phrase, it's in French, but you can say it in English, right? Like fiancé, for example.
Fiancé, crème de la crème. These are all words that we've stolen from French and we use in English. So don't worry about how you pronounce it. In English, we just say crème de la crème.
Okay, so why don't we listen to this dialogue for the last time, and we'll be back in just a bit. I'm glad you could find time to meet with me, Mr. Johnson. I can't think of a nicer environment for our meeting today. The ambience here is lovely.
No problem. If possible, I always combine business with pleasure. Now let's hear more about these chocolates you're offering.
Well, as you know, I have recently become the sole distributor for Granger's Gourmet Bonbons here in the United States. They're a new manufacturer and are looking to break into the luxury market. Naturally, your restaurant sprang into my mind immediately. I think your brand exemplifies many of the same traits as Granger's, and serving these chocolates would really add to your reputation for providing elegant, luxurious, first-class dining.
Sounds interesting. Gourmet chocolates. Where are they produced? Belgium?
Actually, the factory is located in Scotland.
Really? I didn't think they were known for their luxury chocolate production.
That's what makes this such a fantastic opportunity. The government is 100% supportive of creating new export markets and has guaranteed a low tariff for all wholesale orders of over 1,000 units. They've also reduced the red tape involved at customs as well. Here, I brought these especially for you. Try one.
Oh, thanks. Creamy texture. Very smooth.
Unique, aren't they? I bet you've never tasted anything like it. Quality is assured as I personally visit the factory to make sure no one's cutting corners with the ingredients. Only the crème de la crème make it through inspection.
Yes, very interesting flavors. Slightly spicy. Very unique, that's for sure. Exactly what are the ingredients?
I have it on highest authority that this traditional secret recipe has been handed down in the Granger family for generations. I'm sure you can keep a secret. Buttermilk, cacao beans, sugar, and haggis.
Haggis. What's haggis?
It's a traditional Scottish delicacy. You take sheep's liver, heart, and lung and stuff it inside the sheep's stomach.
I'll get back to you.
Mr. Johnson? Mr. Johnson! All right, we're back. So now this Scottish delicacy, what is this haggis?
Haggis.
Haggis.
Okay, haggis, I've never actually eaten it. It does sound pretty disgusting. It's a Scottish delicacy that I think involves stuffing, like what? What do we hear? Pig liver? Let's see this again. So basically, you take a sheep's liver, a heart, and a lung, and you put it inside the sheep's stomach. And you serve that. So it's
you
kind
cook it. Yeah, you cook it like that.
You cook it. And so it's like all the insides of a sheep.
Yeah. It kind of sounds disgusting, but I'm pretty sure it tastes pretty good. Because it's a
probably
Scottish
tastes
delicacy,
good.
so.
Yeah, I don't know. Although I cannot imagine eating it in a chocolate. This is disgusting.
I've heard of countries where they take chicken, they stuff it with something, like they have a stuffing, and then they put the chicken inside a goat, and then the goat inside a bigger animal, and then they cook all that together.
Oh, wow.
And then you have you have this amazing, obviously it's huge. They use these big brick ovens to cook them. But you have this platter with like 3 different types of meats.
Oh, wow. We have that in America.
Really?
It's called a turducken.
Turducken.
Turkey, ducken, turkey, duck, and chicken. So you have a chicken inside of a duck, which you put inside of a turkey.
Turkey, wow.
And you bake it.
Wow.
Yeah.
How does it taste?
Delicious.
Ah,
It's a very
see?
special taste.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I'm curious to know what your national delicacy is. Do you have a delicacy in your home country? Let us know on EnglishPod.com. We're always curious to talk about food, but we would love to have you practicing on the website and asking any questions that you may have.
That's right. So we'll see everyone there.
Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.
The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word. The atmosphere of a place. Ambience. A person or business that sells to retail stores. Distributor. A company that makes goods. Manufacturer. Enter quickly. Break into. To appear or come into being quickly. Spring. Sets an example, a demonstration. Exemplify. A characteristic feature or quality. Trait. Place where goods are made. Factory. Famous for, easily recognized. No. A tax or amount of money to be paid. Tariff. The sale of goods in large quantities. Wholesale. Procedures required to gain bureaucratic approval. Red tape. To do something in the easiest or most inexpensive way. Cutting corners. To pass from one family member or generation to the other. Hand down. Made of sheep's viscera, minced with oatmeal and sweat. Haggis. To pack tightly, to cram inside. Stuff. Let's try that faster. The sale of goods in large quantities. Wholesale. Made of sheep's viscera, minced with oatmeal and sweat. Haggis. Famous for, easily recognized. No. Place where goods are made. Factory. Sets an example, a demonstration. Exemplify. Enter quickly. Break into. To pass from one family member or generation to the other. Hand down. A person or business that sells to retail stores. Distributor. A tax or amount of money to be paid. Tariff. To pack tightly, to cram inside. Stuff. To appear or come into being quickly. Spring. A company that makes goods. Manufacturer. To do something in the easiest or most inexpensive way. Cutting corners. Procedures required to gain bureaucratic approval. Red tape. A characteristic feature or quality. Trait. The atmosphere of a place. Ambience. Exemplify. 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 Wholesale. 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 Red tape. Red tape. Red tape. Cutting corners. Cutting corners. Cutting corners. Hand down. Hand down. Hand down. Hello, English learners. Welcome to English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
We're bringing you a great elementary podcast today.
That's right.
And we're going to be teaching you how to order pizza.
Yeah, you know, pizza is one of my favorite foods and the favorite food of many people.
Exactly. It's one of those common foods that you're at home and you want to order something to eat. And the typical thing is pizza.
Yeah. But, you know, there's some very special language that you've got to use. You got to know this language when you want to order a pizza.
Exactly. So let's listen to this dialogue for the first time as a man is ordering pizza.
Good evening. Pizza House. This is Marty speaking. May I take your order?
Yes, I'd like a medium pizza with pepperoni, olives, and extra cheese.
We have a 2-for-1 special on large pizzas. Would you like a large pizza instead?
Sure, that sounds good.
Great. Would you like your second pizza to be the same size as the first?
No, make the second one with ham, pineapple, and green peppers. Oh, and make it thin crust.
Okay, thin crust. Your total is $21.50 and your order will arrive in 30 minutes or it's free.
Perfect. Thank you. Bye.
Sir, wait, I need your address.
Okay, so I guess he's not getting his pizza.
No, he forgot to give his address.
That's a bit of a problem. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's take a look at some of the vocabulary in language takeaway.
Language takeaway.
All right, we've got some great pizza words for you today. And the first one we have is a medium pizza.
Medium pizza.
Medium pizza.
So that's the size, right?
Yeah.
Medium. You can say medium or
12-inch.
12-inch. Usually a medium pizza is 12 inches.
Yeah, so you could say, I'd like a 12-inch pizza.
Okay. For those of us who use centimeters, this would be more or less 30 centimeters.
Okay.
All right, let's take a look at the next size, a large pizza.
Large pizza.
A large pizza.
So it might also be called an 18-inch.
An 18-inch pizza. Or isn't it sometimes called a family size?
Maybe.
Family size.
I guess it depends where you're ordering.
Yeah. Okay, so large and medium pizzas. Now let's take a look at some of the ingredients.
Yes.
Okay, we have pepperoni.
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 This is the common ingredient in all pizza.
It's my favorite. A pizza is not a pizza unless it has pepperoni.
Okay, so pepperoni is a sausage, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit spicy.
A little bit spicy. And they look like
circles.
red circles.
Yep.
Okay. Olives.
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 Olives are little black or green balls.
Yes, little green or black balls. You can also find them in a martini.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
It's very common for them to have. It's very common to have an olive in a martini.
Yes.
Okay, and he also ordered extra cheese.
Extra cheese.
So that means more cheese. Mm-hmm. Extra.
All right, another ingredient. Ham.
Ham.
Ham. The meat of a pig.
Yeah, ham.
Yep.
Okay, and he also ordered another strange ingredient for a pizza, pineapple.
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 Now, this is a fruit.
I know, so weird to put pineapple on a pizza.
Many people like pineapple on their pizza. It's a tropical fruit,
Yep, comes from Hawaii.
usually, and it kind of looks like a little palm tree at the top.
The top of a pineapple looks like a tree.
So, pineapple.
Yep.
All right. Now, the last description of a pizza. He ordered it with thin crust.
Thin crust.
Thin crust.
Thin crust.
Now, we know thin is
Skinny.
But crust, what is crust?
It's the bread part of the pizza.
The outside part.
Yep.
Okay, so that's the crust.
That's my favorite part of the
Really?
pizza. Yeah.
Thin crust or thick crust?
Thin crust. Yeah, thin crust. And I really love that bread part. It's so important to a good pizza.
Okay. Well, they also have the crust filled with cheese.
No, it's so wrong.
That's good too.
No.
All right, let's listen to our dialogue again, and then we'll come back and talk a little bit more.
Good evening, Pizza House. This is Marty speaking. May I take your order?
Yes. I'd like a medium pizza with pepperoni, olives, and extra cheese.
We have a 2-for-1 special on large pizzas. Would you like a large pizza instead?
Sure, that sounds good.
Great. Would you like your second pizza to be the same as the first?
No, make the second one with ham, pineapple, and green peppers. Oh, and make it thin crust.
Okay, thin crust. Your total is $21.50 and your order will arrive in 30 minutes or it's free.
Perfect. Thank you. Bye.
Sir, wait. I need your address.
Okay, now we have some really polite language that you could use possibly with customers or with clients.
Yep.
Okay, so let's take a look at them in Fluency Builder.
Fluency Builder.
Okay, all right, the first phrase we have, I think is my favorite. This is the way that Marty answered the phone, right? He said, "This is Marty speaking."
This is Marty speaking.
This is Marty speaking.
Now, why is this so important?
Because a lot of people, when they answer the phone, say, "I'm Erica." Like, "Hello, I'm Erica," which is not what English people say. We always say, "Erica speaking."
This is Erica speaking.
Exactly. So guys, remember this. You'll sound really, really great when you use this on the phone. This is Marty speaking.
Exactly. This is Marty. Well, don't use Marty. Use your name. All right. Then you also mentioned a 2-for-1 special.
2-for-1 special.
A 2-for-1 special. So that means you're getting 2
pizzas, right?
for the price of 1. And a special is just a special promotion.
A special price.
Special price.
Yes.
2-for-1 special.
All right.
All right. Now a very easy phrase. Would you like?
Would you like?
Would you like?
Would you like?
Now this is a great way to offer something.
It's a more polite way of asking, do you want?
Do you want? Do you want is okay,
Yeah, it's fine.
but it's less polite than would you like.
Exactly.
So whenever you offer something, would you like a cup of coffee?
Would you like to sit down?
Okay.
Yep.
So would you like? Let's listen to our dialogue for the last time, and then we'll come back and talk about pizza from a pizza expert.
Good evening, Pizza House. This is Marty speaking. May I take your order?
Yes. I'd like a medium pizza with pepperoni, olives, and extra cheese.
We have a 2-for-1 special on large pizzas. Would you like a large pizza instead?
Sure, that sounds good.
Great. Would you like your second pizza to be the same size as the first?
No, make the second one with ham, pineapple, and green peppers. Oh, and make it thin crust.
Okay, thin crust. Your total is $21.50 and your order will arrive in 30 minutes or it's free.
Perfect. Thank you. Bye.
Sir, wait, I need your address.
All right, we're back, and we are here with our pizza expert. Who else but Marco from Italian Pod?
Hi, everyone.
Marco 2, right?
Marco 1.
I am Marco 0. He is Marco 1.
Yes.
Right.
We've come to an agreement.
So, 0. What's the deal about this?
Well, we're talking
pizza
about
thing?
pizza today, and we wanted to know what's your opinion since pizza comes from Italy, right?
Well, thanks for the question first, Marco 0. Is my mic working?
It
Yes.
should be.
Okay. So, the problem with pizza is that, yes, it comes from Italy. Originated, the story goes with
right.
the principle, Regina Margherita, Queen Margherita.
All right.
But the problem is that now this confusion worldwide, pizza and Pizza Hut, American pizza, Italian pizza, that is not the same thing.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
Okay.
Have
So
you-
Pizza Hut is an Italian pizza.
No. Oh my god. So okay, here it goes. Italians, a little bit of Italians make food, but they're not good at branding it.
Okay.
Americans, they're very good at branding the food. So they have Starbucks and Pizza Hut and blah blah blah. The problem is that since they have to brand it, they don't change the name. So they do this Pizza Hut that is totally different from Italian pizza. How is it different? Have you ever seen the two of them? Have you ever compared them?
Yeah. They are very different. That's true.
So, okay, can you put pineapple and ham on a pizza?
Technically, you could,
Like it's possible.
as long as you call it Hawaiian. You can put pineapple in everything, I guess. But the problem, what I'm trying to say is that okay, Italian pizza is you have the flour, the pasta, the pizza,
The crust.
the crust, the tomato sauce, and then the
Pepperoni.
mozzarella cheese, and that's the basic, and then you can build on top of it with some variations. American pizza is basically take everything that you have on the table and put it on it. That's the main difference. But I'm not saying I'm against American pizza. I'm saying that you just should change the name.
To another thing. What do you suggest we should call it?
Zippa.
Zippa.
It's close enough.
Close enough, yeah.
You
but
know,
maybe
but
you need
it's
like
a
an
different
A, like
thing.
azipa,
A zippa.
to indicate that it's American. A for America.
Maybe.
A dot zippa.
A.zippa.com.
Can I have a zippa?
So Marco,
zippapod.com maybe.
I know that that you are very much against having Pizza Hut pizza.
I like it as an exotic experience because I like the fact that it's so much stuff in it that you cannot even tell the difference between the ingredients. They have the super mega supreme, super supreme
With cheese in the crust.
I don't even know what's inside.
Yeah.
It's great. It's great. It's like there's a party in my mouth and everybody's invited. That's for me the feeling
Well,
of American.
another interesting thing when we were eating with pizza with Marco is that you noticed the way that people from different countries eat pizza.
That's right. Italian people fold their pizza.
We do and another thing is that we have a whole pizza. Like if I order one pizza, it's not like I share, everybody has one slice of it. We order one pizza, you order your pizza, she order her pizza, and so on.
Pizza is personal.
Pizza's a person. Don't mess with my pizza, Marco Zero.
All right, well, this whole pizza discussion, let's see what our listeners have to say about it. I know that we have listeners from all over the world, and what do they do with their pizzas?
Yes.
Or
What do
their
you
zippas.
Or their zippas.
What do you like on your pizza?
Exactly. For example, I
How
know
high do you want the crust to be?
Thin.
how high.
Thin.
I know that for
How
example,
thin you want your crust to be?
in some countries they put ketchup on their pizza.
I know. Once I was eating pizza. Look, I had a Japanese friend who ordered a pizza from Pizza Hut, and the pizza had the pineapple and other stuff on it, and then she took out like ketchup and mayonnaise, and
Oh,
she
no.
got like wild.
Although I must tell you, I like Tabasco on my pizza, and I know that's wrong. I know. I'm
Yes.
sorry, but I like it.
Oh, what? You do what you have to do, Erica. Then history will judge you for that.
Today, we're digging into one of the most delicious and practical topics in everyday English: how to order pizza like a native speaker. Ordering food, especially over the phone or online, is something many English learners struggle with. Not because it's difficult, but because they haven't practiced the right phrases. That's why today's episode is packed with real English expressions, food-related vocabulary, and polite customer language you can use right away. Let's start with how to make the call. A very natural way to answer the phone in English is, "Hello, this is your name speaking." For example, a pizza shop employee might say, "Good evening. This is Tony speaking. How can I help you?" Learning the structure helps you sound professional or polite whenever you're on the phone, not just when ordering pizza. Now, imagine you're placing the order. One of the most useful phrases is, "I'd like." This is a polite way to ask for something. It sounds better than just saying, "Give me," or "I want." For example, "I'd like a large pepperoni pizza with mushrooms and extra cheese." You can also use, "Can I get," or "Could I order?" These are all natural and polite ways to start your request. When talking about pizza sizes, you'll often hear small, medium, large, and sometimes extra large. A medium is usually 12 inches, and a large is around 16 or 18 inches. So you could say, "I'd like to order a medium pizza, please." Or, "Do you have a family-size pizza?" That's another way to ask for something big enough for a group. Next, we have toppings, the ingredients you want on your pizza. Some common choices include pepperoni, a spicy sausage in round slices; mushrooms, often fresh or cooked; olives, either black or green; pineapple, sweet and juicy, often paired with ham; green peppers, onions, bacon, chicken. The list goes on. You might say, "I'd like a large pizza with sausage, green peppers, and black olives." And if you want more of something, the phrase is extra. For example, "Can I get extra cheese?" Or "I'd like extra mushrooms on that." Now let's talk about crust. This is the outer edge of the pizza, the bread part. Some people love it thick and chewy. Others prefer it thin and crispy. To order, just say, "I like a thin crust pizza," or "Make it thick crust, please." You can also say, "Do you have stuffed crust?" That means the crust is filled with cheese. And don't forget about pizza deals. One of the most common phrases is 2 for 1 special. This means if you buy one pizza, you get another for free. You could ask, "Do you have any specials today?" Or, "Is there a 2 for 1 deal on large pizzas?" These are great ways to save money and sound smart while ordering. When it's time to finish the order, the person might say, "Your total is $22.50 and delivery will take about 30 minutes. That means the full amount you have to pay is $22.50. If you're ordering for delivery, make sure to give your address clearly. It's 42 Oak Street, apartment 5B. Ordering pizza may seem like a small task, but it's actually a great chance to practice polite, real-world English. And when you know how to ask for what you want clearly and respectfully, you're building communication skills that go far beyond food. Now let's dive deeper into the kinds of language you'll hear and need when talking about delivery, special instructions, and solving small problems with your order. This is the kind of real English that native speakers use every day. It's not textbook English, it's life English. And learning these phrases will help you sound more fluent and feel more confident when ordering food or dealing with customer service. Let's begin with delivery. When placing a delivery order, one of the first questions you'll hear is this for pickup or delivery? That simply means, will you come to the restaurant to get your food, pick up, or do you want them to bring it to you delivery? A natural answer would be, delivery, please. Or if you're picking it up yourself, you'd say, I'll pick it up. Now, once you confirm that it's a delivery order, they might ask, what's the address? You should be ready to give your full address clearly. For example, it's 157 Main Street, apartment 4A. If you live in a building, you can also add, the buzzer number is 403, or please leave it at the front door. If you want to give special instructions, you can use phrases like, please don't ring the doorbell. Could you call me when you arrive? Can you bring extra napkins, please? These types of sentences are polite and direct, and they help you get exactly what you need. Let's say you want to customize your pizza. Maybe you don't want cheese, or you want half the pizza with one topping and the other half of something else. In English, that's easy. You can say, no cheese, please, or can I get half pepperoni and half vegetarian? This kind of request is very common, and the phrase, can I get, is a super flexible tool you can use in almost any food situation. Sometimes the restaurant will ask you follow-up questions. They might say, would you like anything to drink? Do you want to add a dessert? Is that everything for today? These are common closing questions before they finalize your order. You can simply reply, no thanks, that's all. Or, yes, I'd like a bottle of soda too. Now, let's imagine something goes wrong. Maybe your pizza is late or the order is wrong. Here's how to handle it politely and clearly. You can say, hi, I placed an order about an hour ago and it hasn't arrived yet. Excuse me, I ordered vegetarian pizza, but I got pepperoni instead. I think there was a mistake with my order. The key here is to stay calm and respectful. Most companies will be happy to fix the problem if you speak clearly and politely. Also, don't forget about payment phrases. You may be asked, how would you like to pay? If you're paying in cash, you say, I'll pay with cash. If you're using a card, I'll pay by credit card. And if you've already paid online, you can say, I've already paid online. Finally, here are a few polite closing expressions you can use at the end of your call. Thanks a lot. Have a good day. Thank you very much. I appreciate your help. These phrases leave a good impression and help build friendly, respectful communication habits. So whether you're placing a simple pizza order or dealing with a delivery issue, being able to speak clearly, politely, and naturally is a powerful skill. By using everyday phrases like can I get, no cheese, please, that's all for today, and I think there's been a mistake, you're not just ordering food. You're learning how to communicate effectively in real English. Let's take things a step further and explore how to talk about pizza in a social setting. Imagine you're with friends or coworkers and the topic of food comes up, which happens all the time. Being able to talk about your pizza preferences, recommend a favorite place, or ask others what they like is a great way to practice real, casual English and build better conversation skills. This kind of language is informal, fun, and full of personality. A great place to start is with preferences. In English, we often use phrases like, I'm a huge fan of, I love, I can't stand. For example, I'm a huge fan of thin crust pizza. I love pineapple on my pizza, even if people think it's weird. I can't stand anchovies. Way too salty for me. These are all simple, honest ways to express what you like and don't like, and they sound completely natural in everyday conversation. You can also compare different styles of pizza using phrases like, New York style pizza is so good, thin, foldable, and cheesy. Chicago deep dish is more like a pie than a pizza. I've never tried Neapolitan style, but I've heard it's amazing. Using comparisons like more like or so good adds color and emotion to your descriptions. Another fun phrase to use is go to. This means your regular or favorite choice. For example, my go-to pizza order is pepperoni with jalapenos. If I'm really hungry, my go-to is extra large with 4 toppings. This is a great expression to talk about routines or usual favorites in a casual and confident way. Now let's talk about asking others. If you want to find out what someone likes, try, what's your favorite topping? Do you like thick crust or thin? Ever try barbecue chicken pizza? These questions are easy conversation starters and help you practice both asking and answering in English. If someone asks you where to get good pizza, here's some useful phrases. There's this place downtown that makes the best pizza I've ever had. You got to try Luigi's. They have the crispiest crust. That place near the park? Yeah, they do a killer meat lover's pizza. Notice phrases like the best I've ever had or you got to try. These are very natural ways to recommend something with enthusiasm. Now, if you want to say you're in the mood for pizza, try using the phrase, I'm craving. This is a strong way to say you really want something. For example, I'm totally craving pizza tonight. I'm in the mood for something cheesy. These expressions are very common in casual English, and you can use them with all kinds of food. Sometimes people talk about pizza in a playful way, using exaggeration. You might hear, I could eat a whole pizza by myself right now. Pizza is life. There's no such thing as too much cheese. These kinds of phrases are fun, lighthearted, and help you sound more fluent and relaxed in social conversations. So whether you're recommending your go-to place, asking friends about their favorites, or just saying I'm totally craving pizza, using natural, fun language around food is a great way to build fluency. It keeps the conversation going, helps you connect with others, and gives you the confidence to speak up in real situations. Let's wrap up this tasty topic by exploring some pizza-related expressions, cultural insights, and grammar tips that will help you use food language in smarter, more flexible ways. Ordering pizza isn't just about food. It's a chance to practice real-world English in casual and professional settings. It also teaches you how to describe choices, preferences, quantities, and feelings with confidence and clarity. First, let's talk about expressions with the word slice. In English, we don't say a piece of pizza. We usually say a slice of pizza. For example, I'll just have one slice. Can I get another slice? You can also say, who wants the last slice? Or that was the biggest slice I've ever seen. The word slice is countable, so you can say one slice, two slices, a few slices, or even a whole pizza if you eat a lot. It's useful to practice this grammar point. I ate 3 slices of pizza. She ordered a large pizza and ate the whole thing. She ate 3 pizza. This is incorrect. Remember to say slices of pizza. Now let's look at a common way to describe food. Using too and not enough. These help you express opinions politely. For example, it's too greasy for me. Not enough cheese on this one. The crust is too thick. There's not enough sauce. These phrases help you give opinions without sounding rude. You can use them in other situations too, like, this coffee is too strong. There's not enough sugar in this tea. Let's also explore cultural differences. In the U.S., pizza is usually eaten with your hands. You fold the slice and bite into it. In some parts of Italy, people use a knife and fork, especially in restaurants. So if someone asks, do you eat pizza with your hands or a fork and knife? You now have a fun cultural answer to share. Another cultural point. In many places, tipping the delivery person is expected. In the U.S., it's normal to tip 15 to 20% of the total. You can say, keep the change, or here's your tip, thanks so much. This is a good example of polite interaction, especially in English-speaking countries where tipping is part of the culture. Now, let's look at useful phrases for making group orders or decisions. These are great for work settings or parties. Let's get a few different kinds and share. Should we go half and half? One side vegetarian, one side meat. What does everyone feel like? These expressions help you include others in the decision and keep things friendly and democratic. And here's a fun vocabulary tip. Cheesy can be used in two ways. Of course, it describes food. This pizza is so cheesy. I love it. But in informal English, cheesy can also mean something that's silly, overly romantic, or not serious. That movie was so cheesy, but I liked it. It's a fun example of how English words can have double meanings depending on context. So whether you're asking who wants the last slice, saying this crust is too thin for me, or laughing at a cheesy joke, you're not just learning pizza vocabulary. You're practicing how to describe preferences, emotions, quantity, and culture in everyday English.
The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
An average size, not too big or small.
Medium.
A spicy sausage, usually on pizza.
Pepperoni.
A small, egg-shaped black or green fruit that is used as food or for making oil.
Olive.
Pay for one and get another one free.
2 for 1.
In replacement of.
Instead.
Seems or appears to be okay. I agree.
Sounds good.
The border of a pizza or bread.
Crust.
Complete amount you must pay.
Total.
Transported or taken to your house.
Delivery.
A mix of flour and water that is used to make the base of a pizza.
Dough.
Food that is quickly made and convenient if you are in a hurry.
Fast food.
Some of everything.
Total.
Food you take away from the restaurant to eat.
Takeout. Let's try that faster.
Complete amount you must pay.
Total.
An average size, not too big or small.
Medium.
Pay for one and get another one free.
2 for 1.
Food you take away from the restaurant to eat.
Takeout.
The border of a pizza or bread.
Crust.
Some of everything.
Total.
A mix of flour and water that is used to make the base of a pizza.
Dough.
Seems or appears to be okay. I agree.
Sounds good.
A spicy sausage, usually on pizza.
Pepperoni.
In replacement of.
Instead.
Transported or taken to your house.
Delivery.
A small, egg-shaped black or green fruit that is used as food or for making oil.
Olive.
Food that is quickly made and convenient if you are in a hurry.
Fast food. Now say the word and hear it in a sentence. I'd like to talk to the manager. She'd like a glass of water, please. We'd like a suite on the top floor. Sounds good. Your idea for this new project sounds good. I like it. Sounds good. You want to go on vacation to Jamaica? That sounds good. Sounds good. All the things you say sound good, but I don't believe you. 2 for 1. Today in the supermarket, they have a 2 for 1 offer on laundry detergent. 2 for 1. It's amazing. There is a 2 for 1 sale at the car dealer. 2 for 1. I usually buy pizza when they have a 2 for 1 special. Crust. My sister always removes the crust from her bread. Crust. When I eat pizza, I always throw away the crust. Crust. When my mom made apple pie, she would let me make the crust. Total. Here is your bill, sir. Your total is $125. Total. My total income last year was $30,000. Total. Total of today's dinner was $300. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Pod. My name is Marco.
My name is Catherine, and today we have an elementary level lesson about food, one of my favorite things to talk about.
That's right. We are going to talk about food, but specifically, we're going to talk about a family barbecue.
Okay, what is a family barbecue? Well, I'll just say a few words first. A barbecue is usually something that we do outside. We bring food, we play games, maybe have some drinks, and a lot of the food is grilled. So that's what we're talking about today. We're going to hear this dialogue first, and then we'll come back to talk about it.
Is everything ready for the big family barbecue tomorrow?
Yep, the steaks and chicken are marinated, and I also bought hamburger buns.
We should also cook a couple dozen hot dogs and kebabs.
Yeah, good idea. We could put some lawn furniture outside next to the grill. I also set up the tent outside so we can hide from the sun if it gets too hot.
Great! I asked Grace to bring cups and serviettes, as she is also bringing 2 big coolers for the beers.
This is going to be a great barbecue.
Oh no, it's raining!
All right, we're back. So probably a couple of words you didn't really understand. So let's take a look at those now in language takeaway.
Language takeaway.
Lots of food words, Marco. The first one is barbecue. We were talking about that a minute ago. A barbecue is something we do usually for something, a special occasion or for dinner. It's a summertime thing. You know, you go outside when it's warm and the entire family comes and we have food. Sometimes people even bring food.
Right. And actually, as you mentioned, it's something that you do a barbecue. You have a family barbecue, but it's also a verb to barbecue something. So to cook meat on a barbecue. So that's cooking meat, not in a stove, not with gas. Usually it's under a fire or very warm, intense heat coming from coals.
Exactly. And so before we cook food, usually before we cook meat on the grill, before we barbecue it, we have to marinate it. Okay? So in this situation, the steaks and the chicken are already marinated.
Okay. So to marinate something which is a verb, or the steaks and chickens are marinated, which is an adjective. So basically means that you have added spices and maybe some lemon juice, different herbs or salts to the meats in order to give it flavor before you cook them.
Exactly. Sometimes in Indian cooking, for example, you marinate with a yogurt sauce and you leave the meat in the refrigerator for a whole night.
Exactly.
So marinating or to marinate is a process to give flavor to food.
Very good. All right, so we've marinated our food, our chicken, our steaks, but also we have hamburgers. So we need hamburger buns. What are buns?
Okay, buns are pieces of bread that are for special kinds of food. So you have a hamburger bun. It's a round piece of bread, and the hamburger goes on one piece and under another piece. A hot dog bun is different. It's like a piece of bread that's folded, and the hot dog goes in the middle. So bun is a special kind of bread for these kinds of foods.
All right, so remember, if you want to have a hot dog, you need to buy hot dog buns. So people know already that you're talking about bread. And if you want to buy a hamburger bread, you say a hamburger bun.
That's right. So hamburger buns and hot dog buns. But after we talk about having the hamburger buns, we discuss how many hot dogs we're going to cook. So the person says we should cook a couple dozen hot dogs.
All right, so a dozen is 12 units of something.
Right, so eggs are sold in dozens. We buy a dozen eggs, we buy 12 eggs.
Okay, or you can say half a dozen, that means 6.
Half of 12. And a couple dozen is usually around 24, 25.
Okay, very good. So a dozen hot dogs, and they are also getting kebabs. What are kebabs?
One of my favorite foods, kebabs, are sticks or skewers of meat. So you have a very thin stick, and you put the meat on it, and you put that on the grill, and you cook the meat on the grill.
So, yeah, those are very common. For example, in the Middle East, right? You have kebabs, sticks of meat, and also maybe some vegetables put on it, and you grill them.
Exactly. Very flavorful, very tasty meat.
All right, so why don't we listen to our dialogue again, and we'll come back shortly to look at some more words.
Is everything ready for the big family barbecue tomorrow?
Yep, the steaks and chicken are marinated, and I also bought hamburger buns.
We should also cook a couple dozen hot dogs and kebabs.
Yeah, good idea. We could put some lawn furniture outside next to the grill. I also set up the tent outside so we can hide from the sun if it gets too hot.
Great! I asked Grace to bring cups and serviettes, as she is also bringing 2 big coolers for the beers.
This is going to be a great barbecue.
All right, we're back. So now why don't we go to a second part of language takeaway and take a look at 5 more words.
Language takeaway.
All right, the first word that we're going to look at is lawn furniture. So we're going to have lawn furniture outside.
Okay, so before we even start thinking about food, we have to decide where people will sit at this barbecue. And so we have to find out how much lawn furniture we have. Furniture can be a sofa, a table, a chair. We have furniture in the house, but lawn furniture is furniture for the outside. A lawn is
Right.
the green grass outside your house.
So it's usually not going to be made out of wood, for example, because if it rains, it might get ruined, right? So usually it's either plastic or maybe even rock or stone.
or metal.
Or metal. So that's what lawn furniture is. Furniture that is made to be outside in your backyard, for example, or that sits on your lawn.
Exactly. And so we're going to be on the lawn furniture. We have the special thing for cooking meat outside, the grill.
Okay, so we mentioned that you grill chicken or you grill steaks, but it's also a noun, a grill. So a grill, what is that?
A grill is like a stove for the outside, but instead of having electricity to make the fire, we have gas or propane. And this is something that we light on fire. We use coals to keep the insides very warm. And so this is just a way to cook meats or even vegetables outside.
Okay, perfect. So that is a grill. And if you're going to cook foods or vegetables in this way, so you're going to grill them. All right. And well, just in case it gets hot and you want to hide from the sun, we are going to set up a tent.
Okay, a tent. You can sleep in a tent, but in this case, a tent is just a covering outside. So maybe some cloth or some fabric that will stand over us when we sit down or want to be outside. It's also a way to protect us from the rain.
Right. So as you mentioned, a tent is something that you set up temporarily made out of cloth or plastic to protect you from the sun or rain. Or if you're going camping, you sleep in one. All right. And now that they have all the food, they need cups. And then they mentioned this strange word. It kind of sounds French. Serviettes.
Serviettes. So I do think it comes from the French word. This is a British way of saying napkins.
A napkin.
It's like paper for cleaning your hands and cleaning your mouth that you throw away.
Okay, so you can say napkins, or if you want to sound a little bit more fancier, you can say serviettes.
And speaking of fancy, let's talk about beer. Where do we keep beer? It has to stay cold, right?
Right, so usually you would place it in a refrigerator, but if you're outside or you're going camping, you want to keep them cold or you want to keep something hot. You place it in a cooler.
Okay, so a cooler is a plastic bin or a plastic box that we put all of the ice in and the drinks. So it's not just for beer, it's also for Coke and Sprite and all these different drinks.
Right, so it's usually made to keep something cool, but as I said, if you want to keep something warm, you can also keep it in the cooler. It keeps the temperature of the foods.
And the nice thing is that it's not electric, so you can use it anywhere.
Right. All right, so that's all the words for today. Why don't we listen to our dialogue for the last time?
Is everything ready for the big family barbecue tomorrow?
Yep, the steaks and chicken are marinated, and I also bought hamburger buns.
We should also cook a couple dozen hot dogs and kebabs.
Yeah, good idea. We could put some lawn furniture outside next to the grill. I also set up the tent outside so we can hide from the sun if it gets too hot.
Great! I asked Grace to bring cups and serviettes, as she is also bringing 2 big coolers for the beers.
This is going to be a great barbecue.
Oh no, it's raining!
All right, we're back. So family barbecues and doing these things. Did you do these when you were young at home? Do you still like to do it?
All the time. I love barbecues. It's one of my favorite ways to eat food. The nice thing about a barbecue is you get to sit outside and relax, and there's nothing better than nice, fresh grilled meat.
Right, and well, you have all your friends over, so you're having a couple of beers and you're having some meat, and it's actually a really nice way of just having something at home with good friends and family, right?
Exactly, and some of the most important barbecues we have are in the summer near July 4th. And so people like to have July 4th barbecues where you celebrate Independence Day and sit outside and drink and have hot dogs and hamburgers and macaroni and cheese.
Actually, while I was in Chile, I noticed that as well. Near their festivities for their independence, which is September 18th, a lot of people get together and have barbecues, and it's so popular that pretty much every house in the neighborhood you can smell somebody barbecuing on the weekend.
You're making me so hungry.
All right, guys, so if you have any questions, any doubts, or if it's common for you guys to barbecue back home, then why don't you send us a couple of comments at englishpod.com, and we'll see everyone there.
Bye.
Bye. The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
A meal cooked out of doors, over an open fire. Barbecue. Be soaked in marinade. Marinate. A group of 12. Dozen. Pieces of roasted meat, fish, and vegetables on a skewer. Kebab. Utensil with a metal grate. Parallel metal bars. For cooking over a fire. Grill. Portable shelter of canvas, held up by poles, rope, and pegs. Tent. A small square of cloth or paper. Serviette. A container, vessel, or apparatus for cooling. Cooler. Furniture, intended for use outside in the yard. Lawn furniture. A round bun shaped to hold a hamburger patty. Hamburger bun.
Let's try that faster.
A round bun shaped to hold a hamburger patty. Hamburger bun. A meal cooked out of doors over an open fire. Barbecue. A container, vessel, or apparatus for cooling. Cooler. Be soaked in marinade. Marinate. Utensil with a metal grate, parallel metal bars, for cooking over a fire. Grill. Portable shelter of canvas held up by poles, rope, and pegs. Tent. Pieces of roasted meat, fish, and vegetables on a skewer. Kebab. Furniture intended for use outside in the yard. Lawn furniture. A group of 12. Dozen. A small square of cloth or paper. Serviette.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Barbecue. How about we have a barbecue tomorrow night? Barbecue. In the summertime at dinner, there is always the smell of someone in our neighborhood having a barbecue. Barbecue. Can you smell the barbecue? My mouth is watering. Marinate. Marinated steaks are much more tasty and juicier than regular steaks. Marinate. The only thing I know about my friend's secret recipe is that she marinates the chicken breasts overnight. Marinate. Marinating meat makes the meat more tender. Lawn furniture. We have a whole bunch of lawn furniture and a swimming pool in our backyard. Lawn furniture. The home store down the road is having a sale on lawn furniture. Lawn furniture. The party ended abruptly when people started throwing the lawn furniture into the pool. Grill. My favorite food is steak done on the grill. Grill. After you finish cutting up the vegetables, wrap them in some aluminum foil and place it on top of the grill. Grill. You should always clean the grill after you use it. Cooler. We brought a cooler with us to the beach so that we could keep the drinks and the sandwich meat cold. Cooler. He filled up a cooler with ice and then placed the medical specimen carefully inside. Cooler. When we go camping, we always have a cooler or two to keep food cold.